Hello, how are you? It's just me and my rocket lamp over there, which I'm pretty fond of, so I thought I'd show it to you. Since I started Trailing Grace, I have just been having an explosion of insights, and I realised that it's something that it's no good if I just keep it to myself, because it's like discovering, like it's like you're on like a deserted island, and I've discovered water, and then I just keep it to myself. It just feels wrong to do that. So I'm going to share everything that I've learned. And one of the insights that I got today was how we go about dealing with injury. And this can be parallel to both physical injury and emotional injury. I have received criticism in the past for just not getting on with it and saying, oh, for Christ's sakes, Grace, just get on with it, just move on, just let go. And to me, that's like someone who's broken a leg and it hasn't healed properly, so they're still limping. And you say, oh, for God's sake, just move on, just get on with it. Just, go kick that ball and go play that soccer and just get on with it. Just forget about it. Just move on. And you know what? Emotional injuries are no different to physical injuries. Like, it causes pain. Now, I've known the difference between going back and... I knew that was going to happen. Door just closed. So I've had emotional injuries that were just not healing, and they would keep coming up, and it's like, oh, again, will you just let it go, Grace? Will you just let it go? And what I would have to do is what I would describe as emotional surgery. So I would go back, and really what the process is to go back and just express yourself in a way that you just want to be heard. So it's not about laying blame. It's not about wanting to, crucify people or whatever, but it's just simply expressing of, that's how I felt at the time. And that's how your actions, your behavior, whatever, if it's to do with someone else, often the emotional injuries generally are not objects that injure you emotionally. They're generally people that injure you. Okay? And so it's just about being heard, and you go with the intention for resolution. Now, during that process, it could be quite painful because you are digging up some old stuff, but it's a bit like the broken bone. Like, sometimes a surgeon will have to go back and re-break that bone to reset it. And once that bone has knitted and healed properly, you know what? You can run, jog, play soccer, football, whatever, because you're healed. And once the healing has occurred, it doesn't hurt anymore. And the same can be said with emotional injuries, because I know firsthand, I have had many emotional wounds in my life that I've just haven't been able to, I guess I don't want to go through my life limping or, somehow compensating for that pain by avoiding someone and just ignoring it and pretending it, because you haven't healed. You're just avoiding it. Okay? So for me, what works for me is to actually cause that healing, create that healing, and the intention is to heal. The intention is not revenge. The intention's not retribution. The intention isn't to cause anyone else injury. The intention is to heal. And once you have that intention, you approach the whole situation differently. And, what really heals is that when you're heard. You're heard. And when you approach that without attacking, then the person on the other side isn't necessarily defending, because you're not launching yourself at them and attacking them, so they don't feel threatened. So the chance for reaching resolution is also a lot greater. But sometimes just the act of being heard. And when I did my blog, the 9-month project Grace 2010, I talked about old emotional wounds going back to when I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, and just talked about that. And I couldn't go back to those people to say, you know what, I want to be heard. But just saying it in a public forum like that was enough to cause that healing, because I still essentially just wanted to be heard. So, you know, that's my thought to leave you with today, is that, you know, steps in healing yourself, really, in emotional healing, is taking steps to be heard. And, you know, it's sometimes uncomfortable, but it can be worth it. When you're properly healed, it just doesn't hurt anymore, and that's wonderful. So I wish that for you too. So au revoir for now. I'll see you later. Bye.